Have you ever just hit that wall mid-afternoon? The brain fog rolls in, maybe you get weirdly irritable or just suddenly crash, and you're left wondering, what just happened? Was it sleep? Stress? Well, what if a big part of it isn't really about those things, but actually, what's on your plate? So in this deep dive, we're digging into that link. It's surprisingly strong, the connection between your diet specifically, how sugar hits you, and, well, your focus, your mood, your energy all day long. We're going to look at how food choices can either, really support your brain, keep you clear and stable, or they can be this kind of hidden drain, leaving you sluggish and just feeling off. Our mission here is to pull out the key insights from a whole stack of fascinating material to help you get up to speed on this really crucial connection. Okay, let's get into it. Our brains, they're incredibly hungry organs, right?
Oh, absolutely. Super energy hungry. They actually use about half of all the sugar energy in our body.
Half? Wow.
Yeah, they rely heavily on glucose. It's essential for thinking, memory, learning. It's their primary fuel.
Okay, so they need glucose, but you're saying there's a catch.
Exactly. It's fascinating, really.
Yeah.
While the brain needs that glucose, too much or too little can cause pretty significant problems. Think about those rapid swings in blood sugar levels. They're really common if you eat a lot of refined sugars or, simple carbs. And those fluctuations, they directly feed into mood swings, irritability, even feelings of anxiety sometimes.
So that's the roller coaster feeling.
Precisely. It's like putting your brain on a wild roller coaster.
Right.
One minute you feel okay, maybe even a little buzz. The next, you're just, down.
You mentioned that roller coaster. Can you maybe break down what's actually happening inside during those classic sugar crashes we sometimes feel? Is it really that dramatic?
It can be, yeah. Think about after you've had, say, a really sugary drink or maybe a bunch of sweets. You get this sudden, really sharp surge in your blood sugar. Your body, trying to cope, responds with this almost exaggerated insulin release.
Okay.
And that leads to a really quick, acute drop in blood sugar. That's the sugar dip, or technically hypoglycemia.
Right, the crash.
Exactly, the crash. And studies actually show this dip can lead to feelings of nervousness and, for some people, even anger or sadness. It's not just feeling tired. There's even a prospective study back in 2017 that found a clear link between high sugar consumption and, negative effects on long-term psychological health. So the evidence is pretty solid.
Okay, so it's more than just a temporary slump. If we zoom out a bit, what does this mean for the bigger picture? You mentioned long-term psychological health.
Yeah, absolutely. The impact of sugar goes way beyond just that temporary energy drop.
Yeah.
Looking at the bigger picture, overall dietary sugar intake has been significantly linked with a higher risk of depression in the general population.
Huh.
We're talking as much as 21% higher risk.
21%. That's a really significant number.
It is. It really makes you stop and think.
So it sounds like there's much more going on under the hood than just a simple sugar high followed by a low. What are these deeper ways sugar impacts us?
Precisely. It's systemic. Think of your body like a finely tuned machine. Long-term high sugar intake. It's like throwing sand in the gears in a few different ways. First off, it can actually mess with your body's stress response system. The HPA axis, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis.
The stress thermostat.
Exactly. Sugar can throw that out of balance, and that can lead to chronic stress issues and even metabolic disorders down the line.
Wow. So sugar itself affects how we handle stress. What else is going on?
Well, on top of that, it can trigger something called oxidative stress and also widespread inflammation, not just in the body, but critically in the nervous system too.
Inflammation in the brain.
Yes. And elevated inflammation is strongly linked to the development of depression. It can actually disrupt neuroplasticity.
Plasticity.
Yeah.
That's the brain's ability to change and adapt.
Exactly. It's fundamental for learning, for adapting, for emotional health. Sugar can impair that.
That sounds like it's really undermining our brain's resilience.
It is, in a way. And then there's another really fascinating piece, the brain-gut axis.
The gut connection. I keep hearing about this.
It's crucial. A high-sugar diet can seriously alter your gut microbiota, the community of bacteria living down there. And if that balance is off, it can directly influence your brain function and how you regulate your mood. Plus, sugar might lower levels of something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor.
BDNF. Okay. Why is that important?
It's vital for that neuroplasticity we just mentioned and for emotional regulation. Lower BDNF levels are pretty consistently linked to depression. And as if that wasn't enough, it can also disrupt your brain's dopamine system. the reward and pleasure pathways.
So it messes with our motivation and feeling good, too.
It can, yeah. It's
Yeah.
this complex web of interactions, all starting from too much sugar, too often.
That's pretty mind-blowing, from like a cupcake to affecting brain chemistry, inflammation, gut bacteria. Wow. But what about anxiety? You focused a lot on depression. Is sugar linked strongly to anxiety, too?
That's a really important question. And it's interesting. While the link with depression seems quite clear, quite robust across different studies, the overall connection between sugar intake and the risk of anxiety specifically, well, it wasn't found to be statistically significant in a major meta-analysis.
Oh, okay. So not as clear-cut.
Not as clear-cut overall, no.
Yeah.
Although it's worth mentioning some subgroups in the analysis did get close to significance.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an area that needs more high-quality research to really understand the nuances. Interestingly, though, those subgroup analyses did suggest that women might have a higher risk of depression from sugar intake compared to men.
Really? How much higher?
About a 19% increased risk for women was shown in that analysis, whereas the effect on men wasn't statistically significant. So there might be some differences there, too.
Fascinating. Okay, so if sugar is clearly a bit of a villain for our mood and energy, especially regarding depression, what should we be eating? What are the good guys in our diet that help keep focus sharp and mood stable? The sort of dietary superheroes.
All right, let's talk solutions. The core idea is really simple. Choose nutrient-dense foods. Foods that give you a sustained release of energy. Think of these foods not just as, healthy options, but as specific nutritional tools to counter that sugar roller coaster. They actively build resilience.
Okay, break it down for us. Where should we start? Carbs.
Let's start there, yeah. Because, as we said, the brain loves glucose. But the type of carbohydrate makes all the difference. You really want to go for the slow-release, complex carbs. Things like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, think grainy bread, brown rice, oats, even sweet potatoes are great. These guys provide a nice, steady stream of energy. No sharp spikes, no sudden crashes.
And the ones to avoid?
Definitely the refined carbs. Soft drinks, fruit juices. Yes, even juices can be packed with sugar biscuits, chips, lollies, chocolate, white bread. They just hit your system way too fast.
Got it. Okay, what about protein? We hear about it for muscles, but how does it play into this mood and focus picture?
Protein is absolutely essential here too. Foods like fish, lean red meat, poultry, eggs, legumes. They're packed with amino acids. One key amino acid is tryptophan. Your body uses that to make serotonin.
Serotonin, the happy hormone, right?
Yeah, that's the one. It promotes feelings of calm, relaxation, and helps defend against depression. And then there's another amino acid, tyrosine. It's a precursor for dopamine and norepinephrine.
And they do what?
They're more about motivation, alertness, and helping you handle stress. So protein isn't just for building muscle, it's building your brain's chemical messengers.
That's a really helpful way to think about it. Okay, fats. We're often told to limit fats, but you mentioned healthy fats earlier.
Yes, absolutely crucial. Don't shy away from healthy fats. Things like nuts, seeds, avocados, they're great. They often come packaged with fiber and B vitamins, which help stabilize blood sugar and support blood flow to the brain. Plus, they help your body absorb other nutrients, and especially important are the omega-3 fatty acids. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines are fantastic sources, but also flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts. Omega-3s are critical for overall brain structure and function, and they seem to help fight depression, partly because they have strong anti-inflammatory effects.
So how much fish should we aim for?
A good target is maybe 3 servings, about 120 grams each of oily fish per week.
Okay. What about the smaller stuff? Vitamins, minerals?
The micronutrients. Yes, they're like the unsung heroes. They might be needed in small amounts, but their impact is huge. B vitamins found in leafy greens, legumes, eggs, whole grains, they're absolutely vital for making neurotransmitters and for energy production in the brain. Then there's vitamin D. You get it from sunlight or foods like fatty fish. It's really important for brain health and mood. Magnesium nuts, seeds, leafy greens are good sources, and zinc from meat, shellfish, legumes, seeds. They all play key roles in mood regulation too. Think of them as the tiny, precise tools keeping the brain's complex machinery running smoothly.
It sounds like eating a variety of whole foods covers a lot of bases.
It really does. And a simple rule of thumb here is just eat more plants, vegetables, legumes, fruits, whole grains, nuts, seeds. They're packed with fiber. And that fiber feeds your healthy gut bacteria. We talked about the gut-brain axis. Well, a healthy gut microbiome is crucial for managing mood and stress. It's amazing how tightly linked our gut and brain are.
Okay, so we've covered what to eat. Does when we eat matter too?
Oh, definitely. Meal timing is often overlooked, but it's really critical for stable energy and mood. Eating moderate-sized meals on a fairly consistent schedule throughout the day. That's key for keeping your blood glucose levels steady.
So skipping meals is a bad idea.
Generally, yes. Going long periods without eating can cause those blood sugar dips, leading to irritability, feeling hangry.
Haha, yeah, definitely know that feeling.
While on the flip side, overeating can just make you feel tired and lethargic. So consistency with moderate meals really pays off. It's like training your body to expect steady fuel.
Right. Okay, we've spent a lot of time on food, which makes sense. But what about drinks? How does hydration fit into this whole energy, focus, mood puzzle?
Great point. That leads us to another really critical piece because hydration, well, it's fundamental but so often overlooked. Yet it has a massive impact on brain function, on overall neurological performance. Your brain itself is nearly 75% water.
75%? Wow.
Yeah. And even just mild dehydration, we're talking like a 1 to 2% loss of your body weight in fluid that can significantly impair your cognitive abilities, your memory, your alertness.
Just 1 or 2%. So being even a little bit dehydrated can make a really noticeable difference in how we think and feel. That's kind of a revelation. I think, we've all been there trying to push through that afternoon fog, maybe reaching for more coffee, when maybe what we really needed was just a glass of water.
Absolutely. The research is pretty clear on this. A study showed that people who are dehydrated perform significantly worse on tasks that need sustained attention, working memory, executive function.
So basically, all the important thinking tasks.
Pretty much. Their reaction times are also notably slower. We're talking a delay of maybe 12 to 18% compared to when they're properly hydrated.
12 to 18% slower, just from being a bit thirsty.
Yeah, think about that impact over a workday. And people also report feeling more tired, less alert, like thinking takes more effort, they make more errors recalling information. Their processing just isn't as efficient.
Why does that happen? What's the mechanism?
Well, basically, dehydration reduces your blood volume. That means less blood flow, and therefore less oxygen and fewer nutrients reaching your brain tissue. This is called reduced cerebral perfusion. It can also directly disrupt neuronal signaling, literally slowing down the messages traveling between your brain cells.
And we probably make it worse without realizing.
Often, yes. Many people substitute plain water with drinks that contain caffeine or lots of sugar or alcohol. And these can actually further imbalance your fluids, making the dehydration worse. So really prioritizing plain water and staying adequately hydrated is just crucial for mental sharpness, concentration, and overall brain health. Simple, but powerful.
Okay, so wrapping this up. Our deep dive today really highlights a powerful truth, doesn't it? Your daily diet, what you eat and drink, it's not just about your physical health, is it? It's a profound factor in your energy levels, your mental clarity, your emotional well-being day to day.
Absolutely. It boils down to consciously choosing those whole nutrient-dense foods that provide sustained fuel, support your brain's complex chemistry, and importantly, keeping yourself properly hydrated.
So maybe the next time you feel that unexpected slump or that wave of irritability hits, or you just can't seem to focus, take a moment, consider this. Is it just a bad day? Or could your plate and maybe your water glass be telling a deeper story about what your brain actually needs? What's one small dietary change you could make today, starting now, to fuel a brighter, more focused tomorrow?